Hello everyone, welcome to Community Distance Reiki. Welcome back to so many of you that were here at the 4 p.m. If you are new here, welcome in. Go ahead and click that live chat button. Feel free to request any special healing intentions to anything that's going on, at least, as general or as personal as you feel getting in such a venue. It's a bit public here. And for those of you who are returning, thank you so much for coming back, and thank you for 600 subscribers. So happy about that. I have not even been on YouTube a year, so that's more than 2 subscribers a day. That's so much more than I thought I would have. Thank you so much. And for those of you who are watching on the replay, you're guaranteed just as fun and healing a time as if you were here live. If you would like to join me live, go ahead and click subscribe with your notifications on, or check the schedule in the description box below. I'm here 5 times a week, same days, same times every week. And if you'd like to learn more about my live online Reiki certification classes, community Discord, crystal shop, or one-on-one sessions, go ahead and check out the description box below. So let's go ahead, pop on in, see who's here, get the crystal grid started. We're going to build a beautiful crystal grid exactly to the request of everyone that is here. And at about the 45-minute to an hour point, we will turn the lights down, turn the music up, and I will start sending Reiki to you whenever and wherever you happen to be. If you're watching this on the replay and you want to skip ahead, go right ahead. Just move the timer over to roughly the 45-minute to an hour point. You'll notice that the lights begin to shift and you can just enjoy the music and the healing. And thank you so much for being here whenever and wherever you happen to be. So let's see. I see lots of folks. Let's go ahead and take a peek. So we've got Chris is here. Key and or Patty. I believe I saw Cora Carr. Not sure. Okay, but everybody, welcome in. So let's go ahead and bring down the split screen. Okay, here we go. I kept a couple of favorites from our 4 o'clock stream. I really liked the way that we did the Citrine a little differently than normal. Citrine helps with manifesting abundance. It helps with calling in finances and with balancing intuition and logic. Amazonite, this lovely blue-green here, this helps with anyone who has a tendency to be a caregiver to the expense of themselves at times. This reminds us to take care of ourselves, to keep us from burning out, reminding us that we are as important as everyone that we're caring for. It's also really helpful for the spine as well as the spinal nerves. So we have that. We have Pyrite, which also helps with calling in some financial abundance, but it can also be fantastic for intuition, protection, and it's thought to help folks that are struggling to bring down a fever. So we've got that there. This green slab that we have here is Nephrite Jade. Jade is a blessing on all levels for every aspect of life, for family, for friends, for career, for income, for neighborhood, for community, for everything. So we have jade there. This beautiful spiral is copper, and copper helps to break up any energy blockages, gets the energy flowing more optimally. And these beautiful small pieces here are peridot, which helps us to break up old cycles and old habits that we have, and also helps to foster and support friendships with those folks who support us in being the best versions of ourselves. It's also great and supportive of folks that are struggling with depression, me among them, as well as anyone who may have an intention around losing weight, as well as stuff having to do with the general gut area, bowels, and things like that. All that good fun stuff. So, hey, welcome in, Fiat Luna. Happy Friday. Everything is going well. Good to see you. So let's see, let's take a peek at all the requests. Fiat Luna, the kitties are doing well. One is conked out in the living room and the other is conked out on a blanket I made that I thought was going to be for, the bed. And no, it is hers. So yeah, so they have started to settle right in. So thank you for all the work. Fiat Luna works at the animal shelter that I fostered and then adopted the animals through. Absolutely. Okay, cool. So we've got some requests coming in from Chris, from Key. And yeah, keep the requests coming. Okay, spinal stenosis definitely helped by Amazonite. We have peridot there, iolite rutilated herkimer. And you can request specific stones or just the general vibe that you're looking to help support yourself with. So we've got, let's see, iolite here. Herkimer, aqua aura, aragonite, sapphire, blue kyanite, we have pyrite, moonstone, and rose quartz. We also have requests for petrified wood, tree agate, emerald, garnet. They are the most important part of home decor, and it's home crocheted, so there's that too. It's extra warm and extra snuggly. Malachite, red tiger eye. And I will walk us through all of these. Ooh, chevron amethyst. Good call. Aquamarine. Awesome. So let's start out with some rose quartz. This is one that can be really helpful with letting go of anything old stuck because it is very consistent, high vibe, unconditional love. This can help remind us that it's okay to let go of something, because the something that will take its place is not necessarily going to be a bad thing. It might be something easy and light like this. So very supportive, very high vibe. Good to keep in your environment all the time if you're doing any kind of healing work. I have some really big pieces around here. We have some aquamarine, which helps the teeth and gums. It aids in forgiveness, whether that's forgiveness of the other person in the truest sense of moving on, if it's forgiveness in setting yourself free from holding a burden against them, if it's a little bit of both, one or the other, whichever you decide is appropriate. There's also the deflecting of pettiness and folks who tend to insist on being aggrieved, people who are looking for an outlet for their grief rather than dealing with it internally. Also for May Justice Prevail, we often joke that this is the anti-Karen stone. So we will put that here. Lots of love to Key working in customer service. Rutilated quartz helps with mental focus and balancing the mind-body connection. This is also a stone that is thought to help support bringing healing to exactly the place that it needs to go, and as such, it's often given as a gift to folks who are battling cancer. It's thought to help direct all of the healing from modern medicine to anything else someone might be doing to help get it to do what it needs to do best. It's also helpful for generating and renewing physical energy. So like if you're run down from being sick or getting treatments or just run down in general, it can be a really helpful stone. Chevron amethyst helps with so many. Oh, and by the way, thinking of Korakar's stepfather with the rutilated quartz. Hey, Heart, good to see you. So Chevron amethyst, wonderful for channeling, shamanic journeying, psychopomp work, visionary meditation, any of that. Also really helpful for channeling, any kind of spirit communication. It helps to send the requests up or questions up and then bring down a response. And it's chevron amethyst, if you can kind of see how some of those stripes go. I know these specimens are a little small to see that pattern, but it's like a chevron. So it's thought to bring the energy up, bring the energy back, bring the energy up, bring the energy back. So that's how it helps there. So we'll put this here. It can be really helpful for manifesting if you want to ask spirit how to best ask for what you need, what you actually do need, and for hearing feedback on it. We also have malachite. Malachite is helpful for anything that you need to let go of that can be very emotionally challenging to let go of, whether that's an old relationship, if it's the emotional connection to a past job, a place where you lived, anything that you need to leave behind that does kind of hurt. It helps you to evolve and heal your heart while you're stepping into the kind of like the bittersweet upgrades in life. So that's malachite. This is fossilized wood. Fossilized wood is exactly that. It's wood of a tree that died and then turned to stone. And just hold with me one moment. I'm just going to adjust my mic. Sorry about that. So petrified wood, a tree that died, that turned to stone, and it has a lesson to teach us about evolution and change, and dying as one thing and giving way to one thing and embracing another, much like the death card in tarot. It's the death card in tarot is the traditional Rider-Waite iconography is a death on a horseback in a cemetery with a flag, and it's a black flag with a white flower. And at the beginning of the tarot deck, the first card, the number 0 in the deck, is the Fool. And the Fool is someone who is bright, brand new, ready to take on a new adventure, and is carrying that same white flower. So it's that endings and beginnings, kind of natural cycles of things. So this helps us to embody a lot of those lessons. So let's go ahead and bring this in. Has a lot in common with malachite, so we'll put those together. And this petrified wood is in the crystal shop. It's at learnreikiphiladelphia.com, or it's linked in the description. We have some red tiger eye, which is super protective. Whether it's really nasty intentional work, even spiritual work, or mundane nitpickiness and bullying, red tiger eye can really help protect you. And it definitely calms bullies down as well. It's also really helpful for manifesting finances in a hurry. So that's beautiful red tiger eye. Emerald is helpful for healing skin and soft tissue. So if you've been injured, if you've recently had surgery, it's helpful for that. It's also really loving. Anyone that has struggled with bringing up a sense of confidence after being teased, especially about appearance, but for any reason, anyone who's been sort of put down and has internalized that, especially if it's during childhood that those things happened. Emerald can help us to start to build a more healthy viewpoint of ourselves and fill our hearts with love as we do it. It's also great for upper respiratory infections and things like that, and bringing back passion for life and zest for things. So we'll go ahead and bring in that raw emerald. And we've got clarifying messages from spirits. Absolutely. Blue kyanite is one that can be really helpful for that. Understanding the messages that come through. And also sapphire. So I'll put both out. Blue sapphire definitely helps with understanding the messages that come through. Anything from dreams to spirits to any kind of intuition, even our higher self. It's beautiful too. It also helps us to accept ourselves exactly as we are, like a radical self-acceptance. You know, like, this is me, this is who I am, I'm lovable. And then from here, if I want to change something, I can, but I am lovable as I am. Also is really supportive of folks who have been struggling with like a neurological injury or stroke, for example, that impacts speech or mobility. It's thought to be helpful there. Also, pyrite can be helpful with that. And sapphire. Sapphire helps with creating that connection or that channel, and also being able to take what we're getting and then make the message understandable to someone else as well. I use these when I record the tarot readings for all 12 signs, which by the way is up for February. All the signs are up, so you can check that out later. But yeah, sapphire is a very potent stone of intuition. It is a little too potent for some people. Work on your grounding if you need to, or work with some very grounding stones. But wonderful stone for doing any kind of intuitive work. So go ahead and we'll bring that in here too, as is the chevron amethyst. So we've got a whole row of things to help. I hope that helps. And aragonite with Caribbean blue calcite. This is two kinds of calcite together. The aragonite, or brown, is related to the lower chakras, especially the root chakra and the earth star, which is how we show up in life and enacting our purpose, like actually doing the things that brings our spiritual purpose to life. And the blue, the Caribbean blue calcite, is our crown, the connection to collective consciousness. Collective consciousness and interconnectedness of all things and enlightenment, as well as our soul star, which is like our spiritual North Star of guidance forward in all the things that we're meant to do as part of our spiritual journey. So we will bring these in. Because it works so well with the uppermost and lowermost of our energy centers, it helps to allow the Kundalini energy, which lays dormant at the base of the spine, to move more freely. Garnet is helpful in a very practical way. Everything from creativity to just wonderful new eyes, even on things that are old, tried and true methods. It helps us to be a little bit more practical, good with our time. If you're looking for new ways to do all the things you need to do in a day, but still find more time for yourself, if you're looking to innovate, if you're looking to start something new, it gives you the courage to do it, but also the organizational skills to do a lot of different things at one time. So we love garnet. It's all of the, I like to think of it as the executive function stone. It's very much related with Capricorn. And it is January's birthstone. So yeah, so that's a wonderful one if you want to be more productive in your workday, and maybe have, like, if you're looking to like tidy up your home or have a new like routine around the house that gives you more time to live in it and enjoy it, garnet's a good one to keep around. Herkimer diamond, which is actually a form of double terminated quartz, helps with manifesting and connecting to spirit. So this will also help Fiat Luna. But this one helps us to manifest in the way of asking spirit for what we need and asking that the most spiritually aligned version of it show up for us. So we think of Susan and Greg a lot, who are regulars here when we bring this one out. It helps us to be in the present moment, which allows us to be grateful for what we have before we ask for something else. And we ask for those something else's to be in alignment with not just ourselves, but everyone and everything else that that request touches. This also helps to harmonize energy of harmonize disharmony. It's thought to really, anytime that you have a workspace or a living environment or a community that just feels like it's not quite gelling, this can be a wonderful stone. Also helps with metabolism and intuitive abilities. Let's put that here actually. Iolite is a superb stone for intuition as well, especially for visualizing and being able to see, so clairvoyance. It's also great for better sleep, especially if you have a difficult time grounding around sleep. Like if your intuitive ability and your energetic side is making it difficult for you to sleep, this is a really great stone. It's also thought to be really helpful for money management, if you have any intentions around weight loss, and also for anyone who's trying to bring down a fever. This is something that's been used for many years for that. Aqua Aura can be fantastic for anyone struggling with seasonal affective disorder, depression, anything in that realm. It's one that is actually man-altered. It's clear quartz that's been altered through a process using gold, giving it this blue hue. And several of us have found it really, really helpful. So I hope that it helps you too. Of course, I'm not the shame the med game. Nope, I take antidepressants and I do the crystals and I do the Reiki and the meditation. I do all the things that can help. And this is definitely one of them. So for now, we will place this here and we'll see where it ends up. Something for reflux? Absolutely. Oh, there's plenty of room for more requests if you have them, guys. No worries. We've got Moonstone. Moonstone helps with lunar cycles. It helps with, and we do have a full moon coming up this Sunday. So if you do any kind of moon magic, this is a great one. This also helps with wisdom. It helps with spiritual teaching, spiritual learning, helps with attracting your love partner, connecting with the divine feminine, protection during travel. Also really helps with feeling in alignment with like universal timing. If you feel like you're having a hard time trusting divine timing, this can be a really helpful stone to connect with that. So we'll definitely bring in Moonstone. Let's put it under Garnet. And leopard skin jasper and carnelian, absolutely. Leopard skin jasper helps with connecting with our animal guides and guardians, as well as doing healing work on our very much living, breathing, walking around animals. It's also helpful for anything having to do with the skin, especially including things like parasites, but really anything impacting the skin. It's also thought to attract love and aid with coordination and balance. And if you have issues with coordination and balance, lapis is also a good choice. But yeah, animal guides and guardians, as well as our actual animals here, any kind of healing for them. When I first was fostering my little kittens, they had ringworm. And so this was one I kept kind of tucked away high up where they couldn't quite get it, with the intention that it helped. And of course, I was using all the very stinky dips and doing all the other things to help clear them up. And they're all clear and happy now. Unakite, you got it. And fire quartz, absolutely. So this is leopard skin jasper. We'll bring that in here. Carnelian helps with anything related to the sacral chakra, which is our center of creativity, sexuality, and relationships. It's not just romantic relationships, although it definitely can attract love and aid with things like sexual function and dysfunction and fertility. It helps folks working together to relate to each other in a much better way. It can be great for a work environment in that regard. It's also really helpful for things like cold and allergies. In fact, if you start looking up things like stones for cold and allergies, this is one of the first that comes up. But I really enjoy it for so many other reasons. Creativity especially, but just the fundamental way in that we relate to the world around us. So carnelian. And I think we had a request for unakite. Absolutely. Help with this moon being good to us all. Absolutely. So unakite helps with everything around women's health. Prenatal, postnatal, fertility, onset of menses, menopause, healthy cycles, body fluids, and metabolism. Also thought to be really helpful for quitting smoking and other addictions as well, but particularly for smoking. So that's unakite. Fire quartz. The fire has a little bit of a hard time coming through on this camera. This camera is a little bit in the blue territory, but you can see a little bit of the red coming in. Fire quartz is clear quartz that was formed in the ground close to iron deposits, making it red. This makes it align very much with the earth and our earth star chakra and our root chakra. This is much like aragonite. This is helping us to get a fire under us and feel motivated in moving forward to do what we need to do. So let's go ahead and bring this here and here. Hey Vincent, good to see you. We put down a couple of stones with all of you in mind. With you and Korakar in mind. Let's see, and I know I missed a couple up there. Help us be open to an abundance of good things and let go of our old negative patterns. Absolutely. Peridot definitely helps with that. I feel like Snowflake Obsidian wants to come in. This is a good one. This helps with misplaced guilt and feelings of guilt in general, but also recognizing and reorganizing patterns, whether it's thought patterns, emotional patterns, just patterns in our lives that are not helpful to us. It also calms overstimulation. It helps to balance the mind-body connection, and it's thought to really help bring in serenity and peace. It's excellent for doing any kind of shadow work as well, and that's when we deal with the parts of ourselves that we kind of would rather not think about, basically. Also helpful for clairaudience, and that's for anyone who hears guidance from spirit. So that is Snowflake Obsidian. It's like black obsidian, but with these beautiful snowflakes on them. No, there's some other ones too. else do I want to bring in to support heart? Let's bring in some celestite too. Celestite helps with discerning thoughts from fears as well. Ooh. But it can also help with differentiating like what are our thoughts and what are just kind of old patterns in a sense. It helps us to be connected more strongly with our angel guides as well. And it's great for all manners of physical pain. So we'll bring in some of that. Celestite. Very closely related to angelite. In fact, if celestite is left in the ground under the right circumstances, it turns into angelite. There we go. Oh, did someone ask me to turn up my microphone a bit? Let me know how the sound is. If we need me a little louder, let me peek. Let me peek over here. Let me turn it up just a bit. I hope that that's a little bit better. Let me know if that's too loud or too soft. Amethyst, rose quartz, copper. I have copper. I have rose quartz. I have chevron amethyst, but not regular amethyst. And yay, 600 subscribers. Thank you all so much. Amethyst helps with opening up to spirituality, and it assists us as we do any kind of self-healing work and personal growth type work. It helps us to take responsibility for ourselves while also not being so down on ourselves. So we can see ourselves as we are. We can see accurately the impact that our actions have without really just digging in on ourselves. We see it as, okay, wow, okay, I need to change this and I'm going to take responsibility for this. It's very, very linked with recovery and 12 steps and things like that for that purpose. Definitely also helps with owning what you are responsible for and not being overly responsible for others. Oh, good. Okay. I'm glad the sound is better. Thank you for letting me know. So let's put that under the malachite. Let's see what else we have. Awesome. So for Chrysocolla, we have our usual rutilated for your stepdad, pyrite for your mom, and for the spiritual stuff that you've been requesting for you and Vincent, I have chevron amethyst, blue kyanite, sapphire, iolite. Also having some wonderful leopard skin jasper, which can help connect us to our animal guides, and snowflake obsidian, which helps with clairaudience. Let's see what else we can do for spiritual learning. Definitely want to bring in Larimer again for you. This helps with spiritual purpose and really being okay with being a spiritual pioneer, with following your own spiritual path. I really think about this a lot in alignment with the Hermit Tarot card. The Hermit Tarot card is we usually see, no matter what the deck, we usually see the Hermit carrying a staff or a torch of some kind, and he is following his own light. He's blazing his own trail, and that's very much with this. Larimer is great when it comes to stepping into your own arena, spiritually speaking, listening to spirit, finding your own way of relating, your own methodology and style to work with that. It also helps with developing your own unique sense of confidence without sort of aggrandizing ego. It's one that can help a spiritual practitioner to grow in all the right ways. Let's put it that way. So Larimer. And green kyanite again. I really feel like this is a good one. This helps with balancing the spiritual and mundane life, like the old concept of, like the traditional concept of the shaman to have one foot in each world. This is very much a stone to help with that. So it balances and blends the both pretty seamlessly. It definitely helps with wisdom, with intuition, connecting with plants and with nature and any spirits of space. So this may also help Yad Luna. And in general, also helping the throat, the upper respiratory system. And I know that that's been a thing for a lot of you fighting colds and things like that right now. So that's green kyanite. Go. And I think we are almost there. Yeah, definitely the moonstone's there to help. So I'm going to do the thing where I pick a couple of stones based on the requests that all of you had, and give you an opportunity to vote on them before we drop on in and get into the healing. So if you do have any last minute requests, feel free to throw them out there. We definitely have a little bit of room. And just give me a moment to think about what else we can add here. Oh, I think there was a request for tree agate. And lapis. Okay. Lapis, great for integrity, honesty, open communication, taking personal responsibility. Also great for things like pain and inflammation. Tree agate for clearing the energy centers through the body. In the sister science to yoga, which is known as Ayurveda, the concept of energy moving through the body, it travels through nadis, which Nadi. It's similar-ish to the concept of meridians in Chinese medicine and acupuncture. And essentially, this helps to balance all the systems of the body. This helps to balance all the different digestive types, like the doshas. It's a deeply balancing and harmonizing stone. So we'll bring that in by request as well. There we go. Awesome. And something for reflux, absolutely. Definitely snowflake obsidian can be helpful with that. And I'm also going to bring in Dalmatian Jasper, can be helpful with that. This can help with any kind of digestive issue, whether it's acid or IBS or Crohn's even. Anything that can be a little bit extra, including acid. So yeah, it also helps with groups, with cooperation, but it's black tourmaline going through Jasper, and essentially black tourmaline helps to dissipate negative energy. This can help to deeply clear our energy field or aura as well. So we will bring that in. There we go. Okay, so let me pick a couple of good options here for us. Okay. You're all so welcome. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and vote. I never know how this vote's going to go, but in case you're new, you can go ahead and vote. You're not limited to just one vote. So the first would be Chrysocolla. Chrysocolla is found in the ground very close to copper, much like malachite is. This helps with making decisions that are in alignment with our highest good and our spiritual purpose. It also helps us with following our spiritual purpose to its extent, as well as finding new ways of being creative, new outlets of being creative. So that's Chrysocolla. And Blue Mist Lemurian Quartz, which was a gift from Vincent and Coracar. This has some beautiful qualities for healing emotional pain of the past, healing trauma from the past, especially childhood. This is also great for any kind of spiritual learning. So any kind of, we would call that shadow work, but any kind of spiritual learning, seeing yourself as you are so that you can evolve and grow, but also so you can see the patterns we have based on past pain. So this might actually support Heart's request as well. It's supportive of your personal healing journey, wherever you happen to be along that journey, in this life and early in this life, as well as past lives. And you don't have to remember those past lives in order to support the healing there. It's also great for just, in general, learning about what makes us tick and seeing ourselves. Maybe, if you've ever heard a compliment and you're like, I don't know why people keep telling me that. I don't see it. This is a stone to work with that'll help you see it. So Blue Mist, Lemurian Quartz. So you can go ahead and spell those as best you can. If you want to spell them, you can just click both too. I'm going to quickly explain what Reiki is, a little bit of how it works, and then we are going to dive into the healing. So thank you again so much for being here. Thank you so much for 600 subscribers. We hit 500 on New Year's Eve. So yeah, in like a month, we got 100 subscribers. Thank you very much. That is definitely more than I thought I would be at this point in the journey. So lots and lots and lots and lots of love to all of you. So as I mentioned at the top of the stream, my name is Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia. If you want to learn more about my live online Reiki classes, community Discord, crystal shop, social media, or anything else about me, visit learnreikiphiladelphia.com or check out the links in the description. So the style of Reiki that I work with is known as Usui Reiki, and it's named for this tradition's founder, Mikao Usui. He created this particular style of working with this energy in early 1920s Japan, but it is absolutely not the first system of working with this energy. Systems of working with this energy go back as far back in time as we have written record in vast different cultures. Essentially, Usui's method is based on, the concept of energy at the very foundation of it is based on the concept of energy that we see in Shintoism, which is the indigenous spirituality of Japan, in which everything is interconnected, everything has a soul. And within that interconnectedness, there are other energies at play, one of which is a spiritually guided life force or soul energy. That's what Reiki roughly translates to. This energy is not mine, nor is it someone else's. It's available to everyone, and it's part of you right now, and it's flowing through you right now. Essentially, what I'll be doing is connecting to that and directing more of it to you, where your body, mind, and spirit will put it to the best use for you, as they do all day, every day. Just like we're mostly made of water and don't really think about it, we are made up of this beautiful energy, even if we're not aware of it. And just like with water, it's so basic and so vital and important for our most elemental needs, yet consciously we don't have to think about what it does when we drink it. In fact, we can't control most of it. It's just known and just happens. Very similar in concept to how our body metabolizes Reiki. Our body, mind, and spirit put it to best use. During your session, you might notice physical sensations in your body. You may notice some emotional shifts, either new emotions coming in and rising up or release of old ones. You may have some mental clarity and awareness. It might even just be a nice, beautiful, clear space to think some things through that you haven't been able to. And you might have some spiritual clarity, like intuition or anything along those lines. You may also just have a really beautiful, relaxing nap, which is incredible. And it's probably going to be some combination of all of the above. You can set any intention you want for healing, even if you didn't set it out loud. When we were setting up the grid, just bring it to mind, take a deep breath, and let the universe hear it. During the session, you don't need to do anything. You don't need to focus. You don't need to keep your mind silent. You can simply relax, rest, and be. If you would like to take the opportunity to make yourself as physically comfortable as possible, I definitely recommend that. You can lay down, you can sit up, you can stay still, you can keep your eyes open or closed, you can move around, stretch, bend, journal, play the guitar, whatever works for you. This time is about you taking time for you. During the session, I will turn the lights down. You'll notice that they move slowly and evenly through several different colors. At no point will it flash or strobe. And I will turn the music up. If you'd like to learn more about our beautiful musical creator, you can check the description box below. All the way at the bottom, you can see the link to her YouTube page and check out her music there. So yeah, like I said, if you'd like to learn more about Reiki or me or book a session with me, learnreikiphiladelphia.com. At the end of the 25-minute session, you'll hear my voice come back in, invite you to take a deep breath and come back to the space. If you would like at that time, the chat will be reopened. I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you have or hold the space for you to share any experiences that were meaningful to you. And after that, we'll kind of head on our way. If you have a question after this is live, go ahead and use the comments or reach out to me through the information in the description. So yeah, let's go ahead, see what won that vote, and then get into the healing. Awesome. Okay, cool. Chrysocolla, both are acceptable too if that's what everyone wants. Absolutely. Yeah, I love Chrysocolla. Let's do both. We always do both. Yeah. So let's do, here we go. Here's that Blue Mist Lemurian Quartz. Nope. Knocking over our fire quartz here. Can't have that. We're going to put some of the Chrysocolla all around. Couple more Chrysocollas. So everybody go ahead, relax, have a beautiful session. I will come back for you in about 25 minutes. And we'll touch base then. Thank you for being here. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly come back to the space that you're in. Enjoy the sound of Hattie purring. Thank you so much for being here with me this evening. And if you have any questions or anything to share, I invite you to use the chat. You're so welcome, everyone. As soon as I started sending Reiki, Hattie jumped in my lap. Thank you, Highland Love. I'm so excited. I noticed that I'm up to 600. It's 100 followers in basically a month. Thank you so much for the support, everyone. And you all are so welcome. Oh, big yawn from a little cat. I'll be back Sunday evening at 8 p.m. Don't forget to check out your tarot readings for all 12 signs. They're all up now. I'm also cross-posting them to the TikTok. It's the first time I'm able to do that, so I'm excited for something new. And remember, the full moon in Leo is Sunday, so if you feel a little extra, that might be why. Yeah, it is some amazing growth. I'm so grateful to all of you for helping. Seriously, every like counts, every subscriber counts, every minute that you watch counts, like all of it counts. Thank you all so, so much. I'm going to see if Hattie will let me have my arm back. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and bring the stream to a close. Lots of love to all of you. I hope to see you all again soon. Oh, hey, W. Yeah, the last full moon in Leo was explosive. Kind of nervous for this one. Yeah. I get it. What are you doing? And you're welcome, W. Aw. Hattie is grabbing my arm back and licking it. You love Reiki. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yeah, you do. Okay, I'm gonna take this little purring one and go make sure her bowl is full and her water is full. Everybody, please do take care, and I will be here Sunday, definitely to help us through that full moon. Oh, licking my arm again. So take care. Thank you all for the support, and bye for now.